We began our exploration of the right to education by visiting with members of our community. Mary Jane Oatman Wakwak, liaison between the Idaho Department of Education and Native American tribes in Idaho, Tom Luna, superintendent for the Department of Education, Brian Cronin, state representative, and our own Suzanne Gregg, principal of Anser Charter School, were key contributors to our knowledge about the right to education in Idaho and how it is being respected and violated. Now we will hear a poem performed by Connor Slattery, Tessa Gooding, Talon Howie, and Alexis Lundgren expressing the possible thoughts of a Jewish child during World War II and an African child living in present-day Africa, both whose rights are being violated. Thank you.
The year is 1939 in Nazi Germany.
My pencil is still, all is quiet, my homework is done, but I'm not allowed to turn it in. I'm not allowed to go to school. How will I learn? What is wrong with me? Am I so impossible to teach? Is what they say really true, that I cannot be taught because I'm a Jew? Once good friendships, now denied. How will I learn to read and write? What am I going to do with my life? Will this ever change?
Life for this child never changed. We'd said we'd make it better, but the wound never mended. Now let's hear the cry of a child in present-day Africa.
I walk to school, it's just a rundown shack. It's far away, but I must learn. At lunch I'm always really hungry, the meals are really small, but still it's better than no food at all. At school our water comes from a dirty well, have no paper, no pencil, one teacher, many students. Will this ever change?
This poem was dedicated to these time periods, and things like this happen every day. So if we don't try to prevent these types of education situations, then who will? The lesson each night that penetrates, annihilates one's will to continue. Each time it strikes harder, like a forced habit. A nightmare begins to an innocent child.
A fist, a voice, pure neglect.
You would think there would be sound and cries, but
no. Silence like a whisper.
Emotional scars.
Pray the price of admission.
Please no, not again.
A mother or father reaches for their child, but in which way?
Footsteps strike fear, but anger strikes harder. Fear to oppose those with authority.
When is all done, a breath can finally be taken.
A wave of shock. A parent should love their child that they helped create.
The word fault arrives in the child's mind, but is never their fault. Stress, power, and need is at fault.
Let them live. There are chances in life where you can make a difference. Step up to the plate and guide the way to the future with no child abuse.
Children are innocent. No one deserves maltreatment. You must first influence your community to be able to influence the world.
Let them live.
We were from the Call to Action group, so our reason for being here at the celebration was to inspire others to use what they learn here and help stop human rights violations in our community and around the world. We're going to share with you an original poem that we all three wrote. You may notice that it sounds a bit like a Dr. Seuss poem, because Dr. Seuss was one of the main, he was a very inspired to take action about human rights, and he actually has a quote over on the quote wall of human rights over there. So this is our poem, and it's called Can You Give Me an Answer? Can you give me an answer? Can you tell me what they are?
Look for them right here and now. You won't have to look far.
Do you even know? Have you ever heard its name?
They are quite real, believe me. They're not some sort of game.
They are what you deserve, and they are what you get.
You happen to have them. Want to bet?
You can never lose them. They're always there for you.
They like... They're always there for you. Amazing but true.
You may not know them. To you they might seem strange.
But they are always there, and that will never change.
Some try to destroy them, through force and through words.
Some use politics and power. It's really quite absurd.
For they are always there, even for those who are filled with hate.
For those both the strong and the weak, and the simple and the great.
For you are a human, both in spirit and in form.
You smile when you're happy. You thirst when it gets warm.
You eat when you're hungry. You cry when you're sad.
You are so many things. Some are good, some are bad.
Human rights protect you. They share with you the truth.
that you are human who shouldn't be abused.
In our state, we are too great for hate. Never shall we let racism become our fate.
It is our duty to become involved so that we don't let discrimination become our resolve.
So now that you know, don't give up the fight.
For the entire world and all the people.
Support human rights.
We are article number 29, the right to responsibility. This is original Reader's Theater called Now is the Time. Our group has written this to honor our speakers that have influenced us to put on this celebration. Also, the Idaho Human Rights Education Center and the Anne Frank Memorial, which is one of the only places in the world that publicly displays the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Kara, Carter, Gracie, Becca, Renee, and Will are going to perform it for you tonight.
Now is the time. Now is the time to resist all genocide and
to resist oppression.
Now is the time to take a step
that will bring us closer to peace.
The sooner these steps are taken, the closer peace will become.
This is why we take responsibility.
Not just for ourselves, but for each other.
Our responsibility for each other inspires others to do the same.
Our time is now.
Human rights violations will soon be over.
And love will prevail. So let us fight for our rights.
We have had these rights
since the day we were born.
Everyone has a role in life.
Everyone has a responsibility.
Responsibility.
To be
trustworthy.
Reliable.
And accountable.
Responsibility is cleaning up your messes.
If we are going to be held accountable for our actions,
it might as well happen now,
not later. We need to be responsible for others. Because if we don't stand up for anyone else,
no one will stand up for us.
Don't let the loudest voices be the only ones that are heard. You have to be able to say,
this is what we believe. This would not only benefit the world,
but the people as well.
Think about it.
Responsibility shapes you.
It expands you. And we would rather
you practice your rights than just know them.
You have the right
to know your rights.
And you have the right to spread the word that we have these rights because we are all human.
That's human rights. Everything goes along with it.
So learn your rights.
And know your rights.
And be responsible for the rights.
We are article number 2, no discrimination. We decided to write a poem. This poem was inspired by public speakers that we went and visited. I can't hear you. You gotta try to do something with the mics there, or it's not gonna fly. Just take it off.
Hi, we are article number 2, no discrimination, and we decided to write a kind of a poem / reader's theater, and this poem was inspired by speakers who came to visit us, and also by our own research. This poem is kind of to inspire our community to understand more about discrimination, and also that we do need to stop discrimination and that it is present in our community and in the world. So here's our poem. This is called We Are Humanity.
We are humanity.
We feel,
hear,
smell.
These things bring us together,
but discrimination pulls us apart.
Color,
expression,
freedom and religion.
The things we discriminate. Hate,
past and present.
Among all.
A woman cries.
A man cries.
A child cries.
We the people cry. But we the people have become desensitized to these human cries.
There is no us.
There is no them.
Just we.
We decide.
Who is and who is not. But shouldn't we all be
human?
Humans as one.
And two.
And three. Because we are afraid,
we generate hate.
But I have a dream that
brings me and you.
And you.
And you together. This dream has no
us
or
them. We want to see hope.
But we only feel fear.
Laundry is the only thing that should be separated by color.
Hate.
Hate for those who are beat, for who they are. He cries for who he loves. Society has become more comfortable with two men holding guns than holding hands.
Love is for not us to decide before the individual.
We love.
She cries for her color.
The water will not wash it away.
The salty tears shall never erase her soul.
Her color. She does not bleed her color.
She cries.
We are humanity. No more will we let her cry. We smell,
hear,
feel.
We are all the same. But discrimination splits us, divides us.
Discriminate. Never
Never
again.
again.